Hello my lovelies and welcome to this lovely splendid Saturday afternoon. It has just gone 2:20 in the afternoon. I've had the tumbler delivered and obviously we didn't have time to do this the other day, so again it's going to be on the Saturday. No diamond painting of the sunflower again this week. Builds will take over, that will be prioritised over that. So we'll try and get that done. Every time we try and do it, it gets delayed. But we are going to be doing Bismarck, and it's basically stage 3, the onboard aircraft Arado AR196. We're going to obviously need this part here that we did from last time, which is part of the hull here, sorry, the bow section of the hull, and basically assembling this lovely little cute plane. So this is going to be quite nice. We've got quite a lot to do, as you can see, so there's quite a lot involved. It looks daunting, but obviously once you get into it, you roughly can see how much we're working with. These are the parts that we've got this time, so very, very exciting stuff, because we get a little bit of the hull and we're going to be assembling this little plane here. So to kickstart it, what we're going to do is put this is extremely heavy. Wow, that's gorgeous. So yeah, to kickstart it, we're going to be starting off with this little part here from this stage, and we're going to be basically securing it. We've got some screws here. Be careful in here because there's a pin in here that goes to the plane, so be very careful not to lose that pin. See here, it's a very small pin. Okay, so yeah, just be on standby for that. I haven't found that spring yet from last time. I remember I lost that spring, but I will get round to that at some point. So what we're going to do is basically we're going to put a PM screw, and this part here, very nicely done. You've got like a counter section here, so it's sort of like a little nodule bit, and that's going to clip onto this little hole here. Okay, so it's going to basically clip onto the front of there, like so, and then we're going to secure it. You can see down here that we've got holes going down the bottom there. That's where we're going to secure this PM screw. So we're going to take that and we're going to secure that down that shaft there. Just want to say a thank you to one of my supporters who's very kindly sent me this screwdriver, so I'm very happy with this. So we're just going to secure that in. Oh, it's lovely to work with. There we go, and that's that first part in. As you can see, it's very, very different to the Titanic, because as you can see, Titanic, for example, if we just bring it over, Titanic, this is what I was saying about the other day. You can see the difference in size of the hull. It looks so babyish, like a baby. But then, obviously, you've got such a deep hull section here, whereas Bismarck is very much different. So you can see that we've got various different ships here, and as I said, I was inspired to do this build through Alex Builds. I have been a long-term supporter of his show, and yeah, after seeing it, it really grabbed my attention, and I was like, right, let's build this thing. I was debating it because obviously it's been, you know, it's a massive ship. But yeah, I thought I'd give it a go. So once we've done that section, that's all done for the next time that we work on this, wherever that may be. Because obviously, I don't know if we've got any hull parts in the other packs yet. But as you can see, now we're going to be doing the fuselage, cockpit, canopy and wings of the shipborne plane. So basically, that's what we're going to be doing first of all. So what we need to do is get this section here. So obviously, this is the small section, the top fuselage. And then obviously we're going to get the bottom of the fuselage, which is this part here. And you can see that we've got pins on the end of here. So basically what they want us to do is to glue it basically into them little pegs there. So what I'm going to do, I don't know, I haven't got a cocktail stick. So what we will do, because yes, I found one. Okay, ignore that. So what I'm going to do, again, I'm going to use this little part here as like a little bit for the reservoir. I hate this glue because you can't get it off. You can see like it's proper. Oh, Jesus Christ. There we go. So I've undone that now. Gets a little bit jammed up the thing there, so yeah, what we'll do is we'll just basically wants us to put it where these pins are. So I think for me, I'm going to put them on the pin just to make it a little bit sort of easier, if you like. So I'll put it on the pin here and then secure it like that. Don't need a lot, but just, you know, just enough to, super glue will work really quick. So what we then have to do is position that into there. As you can see, that is going to be starting to glue together quite nicely. There we go. So that's that part there. So yeah, lovely design. I mean, obviously you've got the T and 3 part here, which is quite nice. So you've got that little section there. So while that's gluing, we can now bring in the pin and the propeller section. So obviously you're going to need the propeller shaft, which is this little part, and also we're going to need the actual propeller, which is this section here, and then obviously that pin. So the pin is basically going to sit through. It looks as if, because you've got like a little head on this part here, so that's auto-focusing there, it looks as if it goes through the back of here. Cool, that's going to need a, might have to get some tweezers for this. That's going to need a little bit of compression. So what we'll do, because we've got to get this pin up through the back down here. Cool, that's going to be a little bit fiddly, but there we go. So that's the pin through there, as you can see. And then we basically put the top of this propeller onto that little tiny pin, which is incredibly, you can see how short that is. So, wow. Okay. Whoa! Oh, I hate moments like this. It's very, very daunting. I can't set that, don't look right to me, because it says do not glue, but there's barely even. Let's try that. You see a little more bit is protruded there, so hopefully. It's almost like something needs to be pushed from the back. Right. I think what we'll do, we're going to do it slightly different. What I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this onto the back of here first. That will keep that pin nice and level like that. As you can see, more's protruding, then we'll do it the other way round. Yeah, we'll do it like that. So what we're going to do is put a little bit of super glue on, because otherwise we're going to be there all day trying to get this bloody pin in. So yeah, we'll glue that. Can put it into there, I reckon. I'm going to put a little splodge onto there as well. Whoa, don't you dare. One thing I've noticed about this sort of build is we're using quite a lot of glue. So yeah, I think that's probably plenty. We can always go back afterwards if we need be. And then that goes on there. You can see that it's directional because obviously the grey part goes underneath and then the green part goes on the top there. So that's lovely and pushed in. And then as you can see, you've got more of the pin showing here. So that's quite nice, because now that will allow us, while that's gluing, that will allow us to get this propeller put on. So that's quite nice. Whoops. Oh, come on, man. So as you can see, it's gone on a little bit, but we need to get that on. Oh yeah, baby. look at that, super gorgeous. And you can very gently sort of, obviously it's not going to be functional because there's no motor in this, but you can see that it goes round now. You know, like Auntie Mabel where she goes, come outside. Da, 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 da. She died, Linda Barron, who played her. So, yeah. Right, okay, this is going to get very fiddly now because the next thing that we've got to do is in the cockpit, we've got to put some things here that are on this sprue. So obviously I'm going to bring that up a bit because it feels like it's auto-focusing a bit. So on here, if I remember rightly, we've got like this. Let me have a look. I think what I'll do, that's extremely, yeah, this one here is the hardest, so I'm going to get that in last. What we'll do is we'll do it from, that is so tiny, that bit, so I'm going to get the back in. We get this back one in first. And then what will happen is you can see you've got like a little peg, and we're going to be basically putting it in there. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue in that, because these sort of things will fly all over the place, and that's the last thing you want there. So we'll put a little bit of glue in there, into that section there, and then that will allow us, where's my thing gone? Oh no, there it is. Oh my God, it sounds like Mr. Bean. So obviously that will go into there now, you see. Oh bugger. Me and small parts don't get on very well because, right, let me use the tweezers. Oh, lovely. Oh, it's not quite in. Doesn't sit in very well, but we've got the gist. As you can see, it sits there. Lovely. Whew. Okay, so the next part, we need to put the little chair in, but I think I will get this little seat thing in. Or that's sort of, I think that's bent off slightly, so can get that off, I think. Holy cow, look at the size of that. Oh my God, that is super tiny. How the hell we're gonna get that in, I don't know. That is incredibly, right, where is it? I may want it, yeah, okay. Cool, blimey. Oh, that is absolutely incredible. That is... Ooh. Oh my God. Okay, so it's in the hole. Ooh. Oh my good Lord. Obviously these are the wrong type of tweezers for this little stage here, but I've got to work with what I've got at the moment. But that has got it in. Wow. OMG. I mean, obviously it's a little, you know, I would say crooked there, but I've got it as dead centre as I can. Gee whiz, that was a job and a half to get that in. Wow. And then we've got to put a little seat in. So if I just see where that cut is. I'm going to say it's about there. Good Lord. Oh my God. Wow. So remember guys that this is, when you see this video, I filmed this like several months ago. So you will see that I filmed this several months ago, but as I'm talking about future builds as well. For example, the tumbler came today, which is basically the 29th of April. So, yeah. Which makes no sense because I'm probably talking gibberish at the moment. But yes, this pack came quite a few months ago. And then, yeah, look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. Well, that was challenging, but we got that in. I mean, the tiniest part is that little seat, but wow. Whew. Okay, so that's that part done. So while that's having a little rest and having a glue up, what we're now going to do is bring in this lunge. And that's going to be obviously these parts here, and it's about to get very, very tricky after this, because what we have to do now, you can see these little parts here, they're going to act as the legs of the plane, and they're going to basically, it's like a slot fitment in there, and they sort of slot in the little slot like that, so you can see it slots in. Obviously we're going to then glue that into position, because they'll fall out otherwise, so it's always best to put a little bit of glue in the lunge. Don't need a lot, but just, you know, enough to hold the thing in, as you can see. So that's what that part looks like. So that's going to be in the lunge, and then while we're waiting, we can get the other one in like so. So yeah, this is very, very lovely part, this, because we're now sort of building up the basket of the plane. Okay, so we'll just get a bit more into that lunge. And then obviously another bit into that lunge. Okay. As you can see now that we've got two parts like that, and then obviously we're going to be putting a joining basket in. So this is where it gets 10 times fiddlier, okay? Because what we now have to do is we now have to get this section here, which is the floats, and these little parts here are the interlocking parts. So these are the bits that sort of connect it to where it needs to be. So yeah, let me get the other part out here, because as you can see here, one's got detailing and one hasn't. So the one that hasn't got detailing is the one that goes at the back. And they want it, you can see you've got flat side and then like a bent in, like a curved in section. That's the section that they want us to use for the back. And that part is basically going to go into, there's a little section down there. Try and get this down as best as I can. We need to pull it into there, so this is where we need a little bit more glue, and then we'll just put that into the float, just a smidge, and then as you can see, this part here will slot into there like that and hold it into position. And while that's gluing, we can get the other part of the float, which is that part, and then we'll do exactly the same. Little bit of glue, and then we can put this part down this little hole here. It's probably a little bit too much glue, but remember it's a battleship, so the more battered up it looks, the better. So that will go into there like that. Glue that into position, as you can see. Okay, so then the next part, what we have to do is then get this part in at the front here. While that's gluing, we can get the glue in and then hopefully just put it into alignment. I don't know how many planes we have to do in this, but it is definitely, I can't wait to get to like the proper, you know, awkward parts, because that's going to be a challenge and a half. Okay, and that one. See, this is the thing, you have to act so quick here, because you've got to get it in that side, and you've also got to get it in that side without it sort of dislodging. Won't go in, will it? That side's gone in, yep. And then that side, brilliant. Okay, so that's your little sort of plane, if you like. That's your little basket thing. Pretty damn impressive, isn't it? Really, really nice. That's pretty nice. Wow. And then while we're doing that, while we're waiting for that, we then have to basically glue all of this that we've just done onto the back of this section up here. And I've just realised we've missed a step, so while that's gluing, we'll just go back and we will put in the cockpit thing, because we've missed a few stages. We need to go back to step 8 and 9, because we forgot to put the cockpit canopy in. So this is the cockpit canopy, and that will fit over the top of there like that, which is very nice because it holds this, it protects all that little detailing. So while that's gluing, we'll just get these two, I'll probably just glue these two pegs here, just a speck on each side, and then we'll glue that into position. Oh, what was that? Oh no. Okay, I can fix that. Might get calamity Mike remark. What's happened here? What's going on? Oh, come on, why won't it go in? This is stupid. There we go. So unfortunately this wing here just damaged slightly, but what I think I can do is just gently bend that round slightly. Luckily it didn't ping off, as you can see, slight damage there. I accidentally went a little bit heavy-handed and it pinged that, but it's still intact, so that's the main thing. So that's that part on there, and then obviously we need to turn it upside down and put the wing in on that part. So that's going to be on that part. We'll put some glue in, which is basically, as you can see, we've got two peg holes here, and that's basically going to go like that. Okay, so that yeah, it will basically, I assume, sit like that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Happy. Oh, I'm so pleased that this part's out of the way, because you know when you get packs and you think and you see them and it's like so daunting. That's what it feels like. So yeah, that's gonna go under there like that, and then we'll just push that in. Ooh. There we go, that's clipped into position. So that's that part. as you can see. So now we got, you know, as he's firing through and he's, you know, with the guns. Yeah, that's still okay, cool. Okay, and then last but not least, for this pack, will be to secure this basket underneath. Obviously, I won't be able to, I can't remember, I haven't got my file at the moment, so I won't be able to show you what we're doing next time, but I can grab it at the end if we've got enough time. So what will happen is we've got, from what I can see here, where does this go? Okay, so it looks like got 2 holes here and then 2 holes at the back here, so it looks like it fits in something like that. It's interesting because what I'm noticing here is that doesn't sit very flush to me. So I mean, obviously that can't go in there like that, surely. Let's see what they want us to do first. See, that doesn't make sense because it's buffering it. So okay, interesting. They go in there like that, but then these ones don't really, they don't slot in right because there's a bit of a lump. Okay, I'm just going to go and get my other plane to see if I can figure out what the issue is. Ah, right. So this is the plane I did a few years ago. It looks to me like these are supposed to be bent over slightly. So maybe that's what the issue is. Okay. So does that mean that these are around the wrong way? Which, if that's the case, oh, for the love of God, I might be able to pluck these out. I think what's happened is they're supposed to be around the other way, so shit. Okay, yeah, because that's supposed to go in there, and then that's, but yeah, it still seems a little bit, I mean, that's quite a long way to get over to there, so where has this gone wrong? That's the little basket thing. Looking at that is quite a big stretch. Obviously, as you can see, it had major glue issues. Okay. What I might do is, for this one, what I might do is put that one on there, that one goes in there. What I'm tempted to do here is, I can't understand why you would put that into there. Now, there's 2 options I could do for this. I could snip this out and get some debonder, or I could cut the end of that top off and just rest it like that. So annoying. Right. What I'm going to do for this one, I don't like the idea of putting it into these 2 parts here. So I'm going to make a slight mod. I'm going to cut the end of this off. So we'll cut that there. And I know you're probably all screaming at me, but there's a logic to this. So I'm going to cut that top off, because this is going to be a modded one anyway. And then what I can do, that allows me to get that into there like that. The things are flush there. So that's, sorry, ran that way. That's nice and flush then. So I can then get them into there like that. Like that. So why they've got this massive gap over the back here, yeah, I'm going to do it like that, fuck it. So, yeah, I'm more happy with that. Because if you see, this one over here was such a big stretch. I mean, it was almost bowing that wing part. So for me, I think that fits a lot better doing it like that. So yeah, I'm going to do it like that. What I think I'll do is for this one, I'm going to do a little slight adjustment. So I've done my first mod. Yay! So exciting. Yeah, I think that works much better. Oh, this thing is a pain in the arse. Should I hold that there? It don't even line up properly. I mean, it's bloody ridiculous. I'm not too fussed as long as it, you know, connects to the plastic. That's the main thing. So hold that for a couple of seconds. As you can see in the previous one, I think that was just far too stretched. I mean, you can even see here it was a struggle to push that over slightly. The basket got a little bit like that. I don't like that basket thing, so again, I might mod that and I might take that off. So, yeah. But you can see it looks so much nicer like that than stretched across like that. Certainly for me anyway. I think it looks more of a plane with the way I've done this, but just don't seem to want to stay in the hole. So annoying this is. I think this is why I sort of gave up. I gave up last time because I just didn't like the way they did this. We could be here for some time, guys, but I mean, obviously with the model you want it to look exactly like how the instructions are, but sometimes in builds things just don't go right and it doesn't, you know, it doesn't go with the flow. So for me, that just won't stick. I mean, what the hell is the problem with it? Right, let's see what the issue is. These need to come down a smidge more, so I'm going to cut that off a little bit more. Actually, what we'll do, we'll get a file on that. Oh, you bastard. Oh, no. Still lifting slightly, but if it's just the front that goes in, fine. I'm happy with that. Don't like spending too much time on the same section. So yeah, oh mamma mia. And then obviously we've got this basket thing to put in, but yeah. So this ship that I'm doing now, this one will be like a modded version. This one here is still under construction. It's like the Route Master. It's trying to obtain parts for it is the challenging part of it at the moment. But But yeah, this one that I'm doing now, because I always do two models. One's a modded one, one's not a modded one. So yeah, for me, just like will not stick. Look at it. What the fuck is wrong with it? It's really starting to piss me off now. It's supposed to be glue and don't do nothing. Right, obviously this needs some minor adjustments here, but the idea is that this goes on the back of here. This will not stick, will it? Epoxy thing. So what annoys me in these builds is the fact that you get these parts that just don't do nothing, and then the idea is that this little peg thing sticks over the back and goes in the bottom like that. So it basically stick like that, and then you see that when I tip it upside down and it crumbles and falls to bits, you'll see that it will sit something like that, okay? So you get like a little basket underneath. So that's that. Obviously I'm going to leave like that, hopefully it will set, and then if not I can go back to it. But as I said, we've got two different planes here. You can see that that one looks a hell of a lot more better than trying to stretch these arm things into the parts over there. I think that's a lovely little mod that I've done there, and it looks more like a plane rather than this basket thing on the bottom. So there we go. As I said, you don't get two planes in this stage. This is from a previous run with Harshette. This is the Agora one. So I hope you like that video. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. Bismarck, Battleship Bismarck will be back next Tuesday. And you've also got a Dodge Charger next Tuesday. So I hope you like that. Take care. Have a lovely day. And let me know your thoughts. Do you like the build? Would you build it? I'd be quite interested to get some feedback. Anyway, that's Bismarck over and done with for another issue. Thank God for that, because I've been dreading that issue because of the plane. Take care, guys, and have a lovely day. And remember, look how dusty that looks from all the years stuck on the shelf. So I like that. It's almost like it's been in a hangar, which is where airplanes stay and stuff like that. But yeah, take care, guys. We'll see you again soon for another video. Take care. Bye bye now.